The derelict vessel drifted through the Kepler Nebula, a tomb of forgotten wars and extinct civilizations. For 3,000 cycles, it had floated among the cosmic debris, waiting. The galaxy had moved on, building new empires and forging new alliances, while the ancient warship remained untouched until Leo Martinez's salvage pod detected its signature. "Command, I'm picking up something weird." Leo transmitted back to his corporate overlords at Titan Salvage Inc. "Energy readings don't match any known classification." The response crackled through his helmet. "Investigate and report. If it's valuable, tag it for retrieval." Leo should have known better. In his 5 years of salvage work, nothing good ever came from weird, but the readings were unlike anything he'd encountered. A faint pulse, almost like a heartbeat, emanating from what appeared to be a massive ship buried in an asteroid cluster. As his pod approached, the vessel revealed itself. It was enormous, easily 5 kilometers in length, its hull composed of a material that seemed to absorb light itself. No corporate registry, no identifying markers. Nothing in the universal database matched its design. "This is going to make me rich," Leo muttered, activating his boarding drill. The moment his cutting torch breached the hull, everything changed. Systems that had been dormant for millennia roared to life. Lights flickered along corridors that hadn't seen illumination since humanity was still discovering fire. And then a voice, ancient, vast, and utterly alien, spoke directly into Leo's mind. "Compatible consciousness detected. Neural pattern human. Initiating bonding protocol." Leo tried to run, but tendrils of light erupted from the walls, wrapping around his suit, his body, his very thoughts. He screamed as information flooded his brain, starred charts of galaxies that no longer existed, weapon systems that could crack planets, propulsion technology that made faster-than-light travel look primitive. The ship had chosen him. When Leo finally regained consciousness, he was no longer in his salvage suit. He stood on a bridge that defied geometry, surrounded by holographic displays showing the position of every major power in the galaxy, and he understood all of it. The ship, it called itself the Arbitrator, had been designed by the Precursors, a race so advanced they had transcended physical existence billions of years ago. Before leaving, they'd created guardians to watch over younger species. The Arbitrator was the last one remaining, and it had been searching for something specific, a species chaotic enough to survive, creative enough to adapt, and stubborn enough never to surrender. It had found humanity. It had found Leo. "This is insane," Leo whispered, his hands shaking as he accessed systems that could reshape matter at the quantum level. "I'm a salvage worker. I steal scrap metal for a living." "You are human," the Arbitrator responded. "That is sufficient." 3 months later, the Galactic Council received a transmission that would change everything. A single, unremarkable human had appeared at the edge of Council space, piloting a vessel that made their most advanced dreadnoughts look like children's toys. He claimed to represent a new faction, humanity's true potential unleashed. The Council, composed of 12 elder species who had ruled the galaxy for 10,000 years, laughed. "Send a fleet," ordered High Chancellor Vexter of the Calorian Empire, his 4 eyes gleaming with amusement. "Teach this primitive the meaning of hierarchy." They sent 47 warships, each capable of glassing a planet. The Arbitrator destroyed them in 4 minutes. It wasn't a battle, it was a demonstration. Leo, working in perfect synchronization with the ship's AI, deployed weapons the Council didn't know existed. Space folded around enemy vessels, crushing them into singularities. Energy weapons fired through dimensions the Council couldn't perceive. And through it all, Leo's message broadcasted on every frequency. "Humanity is done asking for permission. We're done being treated as primitives. You want to see what humans can do when we stop playing by your rules? Watch." The galaxy watched, and the galaxy trembled. Within weeks, human scientists working with data Leo freely shared from the Arbitrator made breakthroughs that catapulted Earth's technology forward by millennia. Faster-than-light communication became instantaneous. Diseases that had plagued humanity for generations were cured. Energy became virtually infinite. But it was what happened next that truly shook the foundations of galactic power. Leo didn't stop with one ship. Using the Arbitrator's manufacturing capabilities, he began building a fleet, but not for war. Each vessel was designed as a mobile university, a laboratory, a factory. He recruited humans from every corner of Earth, engineers, artists, philosophers, dreamers. The criteria wasn't expertise, it was imagination. The Council has maintained order through monopoly. Leo explained in his broadcasts, which reached every inhabited world. They control the technology, so they control the power. But what happens when you give everyone the tools to create? The Council's answer was predictable. Total war. The Battle of the Andromeda Gate lasted 17 hours. The Council threw everything they had at Leo: quantum disruptors, reality anchors, temporal weaponry that could erase targets from existence. Their combined fleet numbered in the thousands. Leo had 73 ships, all crewed by humans who, 6 months ago, had been farmers, teachers, musicians, and mechanics. The humans won. They didn't win through superior firepower alone, though the arbitrator's technology helped. They won because humans fought differently. They adapted mid-battle, improvised tactics the Council's rigid military doctrine couldn't counter. And most importantly, they worked as individuals acting in perfect chaotic harmony. No species should have this much power, High Chancellor Vexter declared before the Council as the last of his fleets retreated, especially not humans. They're too unpredictable, too emotional, too free. Hazel Chen interrupted. She'd joined Leo's crew as a xenobiologist and had become his closest advisor. Now she stood before the Galactic Council, representing humanity. That's what terrifies you, isn't it? We don't fit in your hierarchy. We don't follow your rules. And now we have the power to prove we never needed to. The Council had no response. In the cycles that followed, the galaxy transformed. The Council's monopoly on advanced technology crumbled as Leo continued sharing knowledge freely. Some species thrived with their newfound freedom. Others, too dependent on the old order, struggled on humanity. Humanity did what it always had, reached for the stars with both hands, refusing to let go. Leo stood on the bridge of the arbitrator, watching new human colonies spread across previously forbidden sectors. Hazel joined him, a tablet in hand, showing the latest breakthrough in dimensional engineering. "Do you ever regret it?" she asked. "You could have kept this power for yourself, become Emperor of the Galaxy." Leo smiled. "That's not the human way. We're not conquerors, we're explorers. We're not rulers, we're builders. The arbitrator didn't choose me because I was special. It chose me because I'm human, and being human means believing that everyone deserves a chance to reach their potential." The abandoned Starship had chosen a human. What he built didn't just shake the galaxy, it freed it. And across 1,000 worlds, beings of every species looked up at the stars and realized something that would echo through eternity. When humanity decides to stop playing small, the universe itself has to make room.